Hello, everyone. Welcome to our brand new podcast. We finally have our name. It's called Ball Over the Top. I'm Zenith Rathod, and with me, my co-host Kyle, and Jaden also goes by JB. We still have to
What
figure
up?
that part. We still have to figure that part out.
Are we actually still running with JB?
Nah, it might be Blue Jay for today still.
Blue Jay. You know what?
Man, they
Play
play.
on
Shout out to the
words.
Blue
I
Jays
like it.
too. Woo!
Like it. I
Shout
like it
out
a
to
lot.
Blue Jays.
All right. So before we start on our, daily topic today for basketball, because we're going to talk everything basketball today: NBA, WNBA, trades,
The draft.
everything. Yesterday was a really good day for Toronto.
Yep.
We got a Raptors win. Raptors looked really good yesterday.
Maple Leafs. Yep.
Leafs, it's just, we're a season good team, We got to see what happens in the postseason. Jays, good job.
Yep. Let's
Closing
go.
out the series against the Yankees. That must be really tough, especially losing in New York. The Canadian team is actually nuts. And, it's really great. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Go Blue Jays.
Exactly.
Go Leafs, go.
Yep.
Go Raptors.
Yep.
And let's get into this today, boys.
Exactly. Shout out to the city of Toronto. Let's go.
Might as well start with the Raptors then.
Oh.
How are they looking this season, boys?
We are looking good. It's promising. I like what I saw, the few bits I saw from Brandon Ingram especially. It will be interesting to see how he gets integrated into this offense. I think he has the potential to be the number one guy on this team, and having Scotty Barnes as a complementary piece is definitely a good thing. And we also have RJ, which I feel like is the X factor on this team. Depending on how good he is, we have potential to go further.
I actually wanted to ask you guys this because me and Jaden last week when we couldn't do the podcast, we and Jaden were talking and we were kind of talking about Raptors and how after COVID they kind of went down after winning one championship and stuff. And I understand that, but do you guys think? Because I was thinking about this, and do you guys think that having or maybe if we had still Grizzlies in Vancouver, maybe NBA would have been a little bit more active in Canada instead of just having Raptors, one team from Canada?
Well, we did have the Vancouver Grizzlies, who are now obviously the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I think it's all about market, and Toronto obviously is a major market in the world, and that's why we're capable. And MLSC obviously being one of the bigger sports market, sport marketing organizations in the world. They're able to not only keep afloat for the Raptors, but obviously the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto FC, and the Toronto Argonauts, and actually partially now with the Blue Jays now. Having another Canadian team, the problem with that is finding not only just the talent, but just the market.
Yeah.
You got to understand that a lot of these states in the NBA, and obviously with Toronto being the only Canadian team, they're a big market. So you have LA, which has two teams. You have New York, you have Boston, you have big markets. Could you really see another Vancouver team, or could you really see another team? What team would you take from another province? The Alberta Sasquatches, or
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, you never know. Speaking of how international the game's going, and this country in particular, you have France, for example. Let's say, hypothetically, we have a team in Montreal. We see how much the France game is growing over there, and having, obviously, French-speaking people be on the Montreal. I know it doesn't directly correlate, but I don't know how big of a market basketball is in Montreal, so that's another problem. So I feel like, as you're saying, there has to be substantial research into where we will put the next basketball team into the city.
I think it all comes down to, obviously at the end of the day, everything costs money. Everything comes down to money, and the market. It's not, you got to be able, if you're going to start a new team and build a team that's going to, make an impact into an established league like the NBA, you need to have a market. It's not even about whether it's Montreal, Alberta, or Vancouver, or I don't know, none of it, for crying out loud, but it's just, can you get the fan base? Can you get the market out there? Can you sell your product out to the NBA? It's just tough. Again, Raptors, the reason is because Toronto, again, is
Yes,
such a
big
huge
city,
market.
yeah.
So they're able to keep that market open, to keep it, to keep
Yeah,
the
variety of
Raptors
options.
organization going and moving and thriving, whether they're winning games or championships or not. They're able to keep it thriving. I just don't see it being like doing what we did back in the day where we had Vancouver Grizzlies.
I think
Yeah,
the other thing I was thinking about it is because it also depends on the players too, right? Because let's
Yeah.
say if we compare the same thing to like Premier League or like other soccer leagues and stuff, let's say smaller teams always loses their players to bigger teams, right? It's the same thing if we take the example of Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Uh, he was in Raptors. He was in the winning team in 2019. He's in Spacers right now.
Yeah, he's their
And
number one option right now behind, well,
You-
for now,
yeah,
until Halliburton comes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
so I would feel like just like in NHL, like if we have like five teams, four teams, and that kind of creates that competition and that kind of encourages players to like come to Canada, play for teams, and like maybe compete in that kind of environment.
For sure.
I think having another team in Canada might create that environment and maybe bring more
I
good,
agree.
Yeah.
bring more good
I
players.
just don't
you-
see it being marketable, and that at the end of the day, the whole thing besides entertainment is making money.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we had, excuse me, we had the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah.
They clearly weren't making enough money, so
Yeah.
at the time, I don't think it was Adam Silver. I forget who the old. I think it was it David
David Stern. It was David Stern before that.
David Stern probably was was one of the reasons. They had to relocate and keep the team, and they moved to Memphis, and now they're an American team. Again, like I'm saying, and again, it just keeps coming back full circle to marketing. We're able to, because we have such an established hockey team, we have an established CFL team. I'm not going to say TFC is an established team. 'Cause
Okay. Well, we at least have some multiple teams in the
exactly.
MLS.
We
at
have
least.
multiple
Yeah.
championship winning teams that we've established a market here for. So it's easy. Like, we're able to do such things. So like right now, we're the WNBA. We're getting the Toronto Tempo as of next season.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hype.
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling
definitely,
you.
that.
definitely
Best believe
is.
I'm going to Toronto Tempo games because this is gonna be hype.
Of course.
And then we have AFC Toronto, who just won
Yeah.
like it was the
NSL
championship shield or community shield, whatever
Yeah.
they call it.
Shout out
in
to
their
AFC
respective
Toronto.
league. But like you see, we're building teams that are able to be marketable.
Yeah.
I just don't see it in any other province. Like Vancouver, yes, because Vancouver has the Vancouver Canucks, but where else in terms of sport can you market something like Toronto can?
I think we're trying our best to do it internally. I want to mention the Canadian Elite Basketball League and shout out to our local team, the Brampton Honey Badgers. They're trying their best there. I think that league definitely has promise. I was just searching it up to see how many teams are in the league in general. From my research here, it's saying 10, but I think something like this, as the CEBL grows, it could cause like a potential or even more likely for Canada to have another team in the NBA. Of course, right now, the CEBL is starting on a smaller scale, but they do have good pull in terms of, I've seen like a couple G League guys signed to the CEBL, for example. So that's a promising thing heading in the right direction there for Canada and basketball.
Yeah, no, I agree. Canada basketball is on the rise, and we're not only just making an impact, not only through the NBA with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander winning the championship with the OKC Thunder and becoming a Finals MVP and MVP, but and even like how we're doing in FIBA and like the World Cup of basketball, how we're winning bronze medals, and we're even competing with super giant USA, who's always just been the powerhouse of mostly international basketball. But do you really honestly think that even with the talent that we have, I'm not trying to shit on the talent that we're developing here, because I've seen CEBL games with Honey Badgers and the Scarborough Shooting Stars and those guys, and there is talent.
Yeah.
And there definitely is NBA star talent, and even people who are going to the G League before, to our feeder teams like the 905 and all those other teams in the G League. But do you really think that we can break out that way? Like, can we break out into what you guys, into almost like what we're talking about, our topic of, can we break out if we are able to find markets outside of Toronto and outside of Ontario? Can we break out to bring those players out there to develop them more and then potentially even create more NBA stars?
I mean,
There's also a
anything is
question of
possible.
keeping them too. Like, are we gonna be able to keep them here in Canada?
Right now, honestly, it looks like there's only a couple routes you can go for basketball, and a lot of them are going overseas, like to Europe. And Europe's got some good leagues. Like, you got, like,
the Euro
people
League
like
is
Luka
underrated.
Doncic coming out from like Real Madrid. He was he's an absolute baller. You have like guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo. He came from Greece and all that stuff, and he's now actually looking for a trade right now, and that's going to be crazy because he's shaking up the market, and whichever team wants him and is able to get him is going to have to fork up like their lung and kidney for this guy.
Yes, that would be interesting.
very
Speaking of potential major moves, let's talk about moves that already happened. For example, biggest one of the offseason, Kevin Durant to the Rockets. Zen, tell us a little bit more about that.
I mean, last preseason game, he scored 20 points and 2 rebounds. I think he still got it, but I'm also questioning his age. I don't know. He's gonna keep going, but I don't know when legs are gonna give up. I don't think Rockets made a good move, but do we really see Rockets as like one of the
If
contenders?
you look at Kevin Durant and every team he's played for, I was actually watching a video about this because I'm not a huge Kevin Durant fan, but I game recognizes game, and I know he's got game even for his age, because you can say the same thing about LeBron. LeBron, it's like, oh, well, he's 40 now. What is he going to do? And it's like, he can still give you 25 and 5 on any night if he really wants to.
Still
It
a top 10
doesn't
player in the
matter
league.
about that. So the thing with the Rockets is they went in on this guy because he's got that vet presence, but he's still clutch. I still think he, if he can stay healthy, he's still going to give you 20, 25 a night.
Yeah.
On a good night, he'll maybe give you 30. He still can, dish the ball if he needs to, but, you need that elite sniper, and that's what he's known to be. And now with this young core that they have, shout out, I'm calling this right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm calling this right now. The Rockets may win their conference. That team came second last season, okay?
Yeah.
And they had Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Şengün, Tari
Really good
Eason,
young
Jabari
players.
Smith, all those guys.
Of course.
Now you added an elite sniper like KD. If KD can stay healthy. Unfortunately, our boy Fred VanVleet from our 2019 championship, who now plays for the Rockets, suffered a season-ending ACL injury.
Yeah.
Now
Wishing him a speedy
you're
recovery.
taking Amen Thompson, who was originally playing the 3-4 spot, who before he joined the NBA was playing at the point guard position, is now gonna get more touches on the ball. He's gonna get more opportunity in terms of minutes, in terms of breaking out and actually flourishing into the position that he was meant for. Don't get me wrong, when he played at the 3-4, he's great. Like, he was putting up, I think, about 16, 17 a night with about like eight rebounds a night, couple assists here and there, steals, blocks. I think if they play their cards right and this team gels, I really do believe that they can win the conference.
But I mean, they literally just went into it yesterday, like with their two best centers, Şengün and Durant. They just picked up and rolled the ball every time they were on the pitch. And I think you're right. I wouldn't go as far as them winning the conference league, because there is lots of competition this time. But
They came second last. They came second.
I do think that
They came second.
I do think that having Durant now, and with the young team they have, they just need to figure out how they're gonna use KD properly, and how they're gonna fit him into the
They just
team
need him to
system with
score.
all
They
the
need him
young
to be
players.
healthy and need him to score. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all
They just
Durant
gonna-
is for.
I think they're just
Durant's
gonna have
not
to
there
manage
clean
the time.
glass. Durant's not there to clean the glass. He's not there to pass the ball. He's just there to score and to mentor these shooters into being better.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
I think if they can manage the time, like how much time he's on the pitch and how much
on the court,
rest
yeah.
he's getting
They're definitely
throughout
going to
the
give. He's
season.
definitely going to play 30 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Regardless of his age,
But I
he's
think
still going to play.
that's a good time.
It is.
Yeah, that's a
Most
solid
of
time.
these guys are playing like 30. Like most of the stars are playing between 30 to 35 minutes a night.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Unless
won't.
you're
overdo
Josh
it.
Hart, and last season you're playing like every minute of every game.
Yeah,
and
well,
you're a workhorse.
Tom
But
Thibodeau
they
is
didn't
gone,
have a
so it's,
choice.
He's a workhorse,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
well, I think the Rockets' success definitely depends on Reed Shepherd. They definitely need a Reed Shepherd breakout, especially considering that he is expected to be the starting point guard from what I've seen.
I don't think he's going to be starting point guard. That's why I'm talking about
Well-
Amen Thompson. I think they're
well-
going to start Amen Thompson at the one.
Shout out to JP. He knows who it is. My friend, we've had this debate all throughout the offseason. Who's going to be the Rockets starting point guard, whether it be Amen or Reed. I was saying it could potentially be Amen, but he was like, no way. And then it was seen on the most recent depth chart that I looked at that it was Reed Shepherd. So we'll see how that ends up figuring out. But moving on to,
Well-
I was going to move on to other moves, but I see you have how the synergy between Katie and Sengun would play up. So let me hear you talk about that before I move on to our next topic.
Oh no, I was just like, because I was just watching the highlights of the games and the way that they used him, like both of them, having those big centers at the back who can like go up front and score for you.
Yep, and get
is gonna
rebounds.
it's gonna help you a lot, especially
sure.
the team like Rockets who does like lots of runs and run and guns, and then built around a very young team. That experience gonna help them a lot.
Yeah, pace and space is definitely needed, that run and gun style. I think one of the key contributors, as you talk about big man, is Steven Adams. The amount of second chance points he could get you with his rebounding ability is definitely underrated on this Houston Rockets team.
Now, speaking of winning, how do we think Thunders are gonna perform this year? Returning champs, minimal change, high expectations.
I think they're going to do the same thing again. I think they're going to go back. They're still their young core. Everybody gels. They didn't make any changes in the offseason really that much. I'm not going to be that guy and be like, oh, they're just going to go back to back with ease. They worked hard for it. It was a hard battle to get there and to win it. But I think they have cracked the code. I think they've molded that team into such. Remember, they built these guys from picks. They built these guys through development, and the team looks great. They work well. I think the main issue for a lot of these teams is just health. If you can keep Chet Holmgren healthy, you'll be fine. If you can keep Shea healthy, you'll be fine. If you can keep Jalen Williams healthy, you'll be fine. Those three together, that trio is disgusting.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially last year when Chet Holmgren was out for, I forget how long he was out for, and then you move Jalen Williams, who's your starting two, to the 5, and he even excelled more than what he was doing at the 2, because he was now more involved not only with just scoring, but he was involved on defense.
Yeah.
He was involved in cleaning the glass. He was involved in moving the ball. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
To go back to your point, you might be right. I think I'm looking at ESPN right now. They're saying Houston's projected lineup that Reed Shepherd would start.
Yeah.
Again, I have no problem with Reed Shepherd. I think Reed Shepherd's gross. I think Reed Shepherd should be a starting point guard. I just think that Amen he didn't play that much last year, Reed Shepherd, because of his injury, and Amen Thompson played a lot at the 3, and now is moving to the 2.
Yeah.
So I would still think that Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson in the lineup will probably have to share the ball a lot more. But
Yeah,
I
that would
do
make
think,
sense.
in my opinion, just from watching Amen Thompson's game, I think he'll be distributing and ball handling a lot more than Reed Shepherd. Reed Shepherd will probably be the clutch shooter or be the outside shooter on the perimeter.
Yeah.
But off topic, before we get more into this, breaking news, Eric Spoelstra is now the Team USA basketball coach.
Okay, that's nice.
So Steve
He's a
Kerr
good
out.
coach. No, Spoelstra is a good coach.
Oh no! I'm not talking smack. I'm just saying, like,
You're just surprised.
Steve Kerr out, Eric Spoelstra in.
Yeah.
How do we? Let's do like a quick 30-second. How do we feel about that?
No, I think it's good because Eric Spoelstra comes from a background in a team where the culture is very important. So I think he'll definitely instill that into the team. And you need a strong coach like that to manage a whole bunch of different personalities, because you'll have so much superstars and just regular stars in general on that USA team. So you need someone like that, that commanding presence of man management.
Got it. Z, how do you feel?
I think that's a good move because they needed something fresh. And the way, I mean, USA already has a good team, so like I feel like having a good coach always helps. And I think that just gonna give Steve Kerr a chance to more focus on the actual NBA team, like the Warriors.
Yeah.
And the way they've been playing in the preseason, they won all of their games so far. So I think he's gonna be able to more focus on Warriors,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be good for both of them, I guess.
Yeah.
I agree, which is great. I don't know how I feel about it because Kerr won the gold with them last Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes,
last
last
Olympics
Olympics,
won the
yes,
gold.
correct.
And again, yes, it's great for him if he focuses on the Warriors because right now it's kind of like do or die at this point. Cause
Yeah.
No, it definitely is. You
Curry
got an
for a
old
couple more
roster.
years.
Yep.
And then who's your breakout star? Like you got Podziemski, which is great. You got Kuminga, who's causing you a lot of headaches. Like you don't have that once Curry's gone. And Curry's what, 36, 37?
he's around.
I think
around
he's
that.
36, 37.
Stephen
got
Curry,
what?
as of 2025, is 37 years old.
37 years old. So you got maybe what?
Maybe 2
If
seasons.
you're lucky, 3. If he pulls a LeBron and plays the 40, 3. And not saying his skill has diminished in any way. He's a world class. He'll be the best shooter of all time, best perimeter shooter of all time. But where do you go from that? Like a lot of these teams have backups on backups in terms of like their replacements. So like look at the Rockets now. Like yeah, they got KD, but once KD goes, you still have Reed Shepherd, Amen Thompson,
Yeah.
Şengün, OKC. OKC has their team. If they keep their team and maybe make a couple tweaks here and there, they have their team for the next 5 to 6 years because
easy.
they're all. I think their average age is like 23 or 24.
Yeah, it was something like that. The thing is, and the roster's not getting any younger, which, speaking of, they made an offseason move, which people were, like, when are they going to make a move? But they finally made a move and ended up signing Al Horford. That's their major addition, I would say, of the offseason. So they're not getting any younger, either. And
The
speaking
Warriors'
of,
average age team, I think, is 36 years old from what I seen when I was watching a video about their team. Like,
it's probably definitely up there, but let's talk about, speaking of the offseason, major winners of the offseason. And Zen absolutely loves his moves when we were talking before, the Denver Nuggets. Like, talk about some moves, bringing in Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., bringing Bruce Brown returning again. The amount of, I'm probably even missing some right now, but those are the main 3 I remember at the moment. Just talk about the moves they made and how do you think they'll fit into this Denver Nuggets system?
I think the 2 major moves they made, they parted ways with Michael Porter Jr. and Russell Westbrook. And I think that was more like a more balanced move, I would say, instead of getting rid of players. Because I think having Cam Johnson and keeping the Bruce Brown will fill those roles easily. And I feel like with having the new coach, David Edelman, I feel like they're going to go into this season with like fresh look and fresh environment, atmosphere, and fresh mindset.
Definitely.
And again, like they already have Jokic, and he's been performing like every season.
And it's perfect. And this
He's not showing any signs of slowing down.
no,
So.
and his game, his game is timeless in a sense, with his playmaking ability, back to the basket game. And the big move that I forgot was Jonas Valanciunas, actually, which ironically enough they weren't too sure if he
That's a
would
great
officially.
backup center.
Yeah, so that takes less pressure off of Jokic now, which is great for him because we could just save him a little bit more for the playoffs and emphasize that way.
Jokic is just such a unicorn. That guy, I don't know what it is and where they found him. I've never in my life, like, again, I'm, for all you viewers out there and listeners, I am very old. They call me Unk. I've been watching basketball a lot longer than these guys. I don't think I've ever seen a player like Jokic before. I can't even tell you. Shaq is maybe the only closest one, but that in terms of Shaq,
No,
Shaq
it's
was just more
different.
dominant in the paint and was able to score you like 20, 30 a night with like 12, 15 rebounds. Like Jokic can score, can rebound,
Can assist.
can assist,
Yep.
can steal, can block,
Can
and he can
shoot.
shoot the three. Like he can do everything.
Yeah.
And for a player of his caliber, and the fact that he's so nonchalant and like could care less, like this is not even a job. Like this is not even a career for him. For him, this is like just a job.
Yeah.
The way he acts, he just looks at it like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
come and play basketball.
And then he'll go back.
I'm gonna come drop 25 a night on, whatever the Rockets or something. Like just come in and just put up numbers, and it's like,
Yeah, and then go back to his horses after.
and then he goes back to the sources or like whatever it is. And like a lot of players, you like a lot of talent like that, you don't find that, and it's very rare. So like I'm thankful that we're around to see such things.
Yeah.
Speaking about the trade you guys were talking about with the Cam Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. I think that was a great move for Denver.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. was started becoming like more of an inconsistent shooter. I don't know if he was dealing with something like an injury,
I
or
think
if he was
he
dealing
might
with
have.
something mentally, but he definitely was losing his touch with scoring. Like he was very inconsistent. Cam Johnson, though, he can give you 15 solid a night, but he can play defense. So that was another thing that Denver really needed, which was amazing for them. I like Christian Braun. He's a breakout star. I really like him.
Yeah.
Watched him from when he started. He's putting up numbers. I think the front office trusts him a lot to start him in the starting five. I like Bruce Brown coming back also as well. I've always been a Bruce Brown fan. I just think even when he played for like the Pelicans and everything like that, he's one of those players that he can step up when needed,
Yeah.
and he can give you the numbers that you need. And he's good off the bench. Tim Hardaway Jr., love that. That's a great pickup for an extra outside, catch shooter,
Yeah,
perimeter
shooter off the bench, yeah. But yeah, it was good. And about Michael Porter Jr., he did sustain a significant left shoulder injury in Game 2 against the Clippers, so that did eventually harm his shooting. But the last major offseason move I will talk about is Desmond Bane to the Magic. How do we feel about that?
That's another scary team.
Yeah.
That is a very scary team, people. When I
Yep.
tell you,
Obviously, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs. They also have Wendell Carter Jr. And, of course, Desmond Bane, as I previously mentioned. That right there is a squad and a half. And I didn't even mention the bench yet.
you can keep Wendell Carter healthy, Franz Wagner healthy, Jalen Suggs healthy. If you keep that whole team healthy, they'll
Yeah.
be very good. They can make a deep run. I want to understand how Desmond Bane's going to feel about his role. Because, yes, he is technically the now number 2, but he's not going to be the primary primary scorer.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
still have Banchero, you still have Franz Wagner. I don't think Desmond, because when Desmond Bane played for Memphis, it was all about it was all about John Moran and JJJ.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that it was like if Ja couldn't make it to the rim, just kick it out to Desmond.
yeah.
If JJ couldn't get something going on, just kick it out to Desmond.
Yeah.
Which I think they could do
Yeah,
in Orlando,
they can do, because
but I don't know how often it's going to happen. So don't be surprised if Desmond Bane's numbers don't diminish significantly, but they
don't look the same.
yeah, I know.
Gonna be the
I
same
know what
as
you
what
mean,
he was
because
doing
he's
at
he's their
Memphis.
most reliable shooter, and the defense will obviously know that and try as much as possible not to leave them open. But remember, too, most of the time the ball is going to be in Paolo Banchero's hands, because
Yeah,
that's what
that's
the
what I'm saying. So,
Magic did most of the season. So that kind of attacking the basket and then dishing it out for Desmond Bane 3, I think that's something you'll see a lot this season.
Yeah, like last year he averaged 19.2 points, 6.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists on 48% shooting.
Yeah.
Great shooting.
Yeah.
3-point percentage as well, was shooting 39% from three, which was great.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like what you were saying. It's good. The ball's going to be in Banchero's hands the whole time, and he's looking like a beast right now in this offseason.
For sure.
I just don't know. I could see Desmond Baines going down from 19, like let's say 19 on average, maybe to like 17.
I mean, potentially, yeah, he's going to have more people to share the ball with, so it's expected. Speaking of another superstar power forward, let's talk about the number one overall pick in the most recent draft, Cooper Flag.
I was just about to get there because he's in a team with my favorite player,
Kyrie Irving.
I mean, the trio right now looking with Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and Cooper Flag. That trio is looking deadly right now, and I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's the same thing as the Magic too. Like if they keep Davis and Kyrie Irving the whole season, I feel like they're gonna make a big impact this season as well.
Yeah, well, we'll be waiting for Kyrie to recover. Hopefully, he gets a speedy recovery. But I did see him shooting some shots up with Cooper there, so that's a promising side. And Anthony Davis, he's gonna be rocking the goggles this season. I don't know if you guys saw
He's
that.
got to wear them permanently now.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know
sure.
if you guys seen recently, but Toronto boy Delano Banton
Yep.
is now on the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I saw. Shout out to my boy Delano Banton for sure.
I think. Really? During a podcast?
You're surprised. I'm surprised of the ringtone.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's cool. It's cool. We're still, again, we're still working out the kinks here, but yeah, this Dallas Mavericks team looks scary. But again, this is going to be their first year. So, like, well, Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson and those guys have played together. But, like, again, in terms of, I just don't know. I know with no Kyrie because of his injury, it's tough. And there's not a lot. Like, they got Dante Exum, which is, he's not bad either. I just don't know how that's going to work in trusting him to being your starting point guard. Klay Thompson still got it. Max Christie's on the come up. I like him. Najee Marshall and Jaden Hardy as backups are great.
I like Miles Kelly as well. He's not a bad player either.
Yeah.
But they do need Kyrie. Like if Kyrie can come back earlier
it won't
this
be for a
season.
while.
Yeah, but still.
Cooper Flag put amazing numbers up with Duke. Breakout star, number one draft, number one overall pick. Again, it all depends. Like he could play in the NBA and he doesn't, it's not for him. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to break out. He's going to play well, but we also got to understand it's his first NBA season. This is going to be a test for him to see what he's capable of doing on the NBA stage. But I think him, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively too. Derek Lively is another good guy that's young, and I think with that, they basically have three giants on their team that are going to be accessible not only just for scoring, but just for being able to play defense and also move the ball. So I guess from there, we'll have to see what Dallas is going to do.
Speaking of like highly productive centers, well, he could probably play power forward too. Let's talk about the 76ers, who I have in my top 5 contenders for the East next year. So my top 5, just so everybody knows, in the East next year,
Excuse
the
me?
Cavs, Knicks, hold on there, buddy, calm down.
Hold on. Okay.
Magic,
So the Knicks,
76ers, and
Magic.
Bucks. Those are in my top 5. I'll obviously start with the 76ers because I mentioned it first. Yes, I know they're unreliable with the injuries, right? I know Joel Embiid's even dealing with something right now. But we can't go into it acting like everybody's already injured. Yes, also too, Jared McCain's injured. But give him time. I know I might sound delusional, trusting the 76ers and their injury history, but I'm not saying they're going to win.
That's
I'm
not really.
saying,
No, at
I'm not
first
saying
I
they're going to win
stopped
the
you 'cause of
championship.
that. I'm
What?
talking about your last pick that you said.
What?
Who did you say? Did you say the Bucks are top 5 this year?
Yeah. Giannis. Giannis is an MVP level player. Why can't he carry them to the 50? I know where.
To be honest with you, Kyle, they have.
I know where. No,
they're in my top 5 as well.
Hear
you guys
me
are
out.
delusional.
No, hear me out. I'm not saying they're gonna win a championship.
No. But the fact that you think they're gonna be top 5 in the East,
I'm saying it's potential. When you have a player as talented as Giannis, nothing is out of the realm.
I'm not talking about Giannis. Who else do they have?
Ability. You have Giannis. That's a main contributor. You're acting like that's
so
the
one player is going to carry them to top 5?
Realm of the possibility. They also have, again, when I say this player, I'm not condoning his off the court action, but Kevin Porter Jr. in my opinion is a hooper. Again, not condoning his off the court action, but that's a hooper. And I don't expect, again, I know I'm putting a lot of faith into this player. I'm not expecting Kyle Kuzma to have another atrocious season. If you expect
Kyle
that,
Kuzma averaged 5.5 points in last year's playoffs, and you think in an East like this they're going to be top 5?
I'm not done. They also added again Miles Turner.
Miles Turner, who's also a really good center, like who can shoot 3-pointers as well.
Okay, to be honest with you, yes, you could definitely convince me that the Pistons deserve this spot. And speaking of, we're acting like that was crazy. The Bucks literally finished 5th as the 5th seed last season.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility. You're acting
they have
you're
been
talking to me like I'm higher
team
than
too. Like Bucks have been doing really good in like last few seasons as well.
Exactly. And that Bucks team last season, that wasn't even with a fully functioning Damian Lillard.
You're not factoring in now that Giannis right now is trying to get out of Milwaukee, and he is putting up that front of being like, I might not even play. He might pull a Kawhi this year.
Yes, I know that, but you also have to consider the potential fallers out of that top 5, like the Celtics, for example.
The Celtics are definitely.
Do we really expect them to finish as the second seed again?
Definitely going to fall
and
out
then
because of how many injuries and the revamp of their whole team.
Yeah. Exactly, and then the Pacers again. We have to expect at least a little bit of a fall off.
Not going to be that big. No, Halliburton, is a big.
Again.
Is a big blow to them, but you also got Nembhard, who's a great replacement for him, and the team was still the same regardless. They're just losing their starting point guard. Yes, Halliburton's huge for being that factor, but they still have the replacement.
Yes,
I'm looking at last year's conference.
Not
Milwaukee
doubting that. The Pacers finished 4th last year. Right, and that was with Tyrese Halliburton. The leader now is going to be Pascal Siakam, which of course I trust Siakam. But I'm saying you can't tell me everything's going to be the exact same. It almost never is with the NBA season.
Think that them making with the way that things are going right now in Milwaukee, they're even going to be top 10.
Okay, that's outrageous. You know what?
Giannis is phenomenal, and yes, Giannis is a big factor in terms of them winning games. But the supporting cast is not there, man. Even signing Miles Turner, and I love Miles Turner, but I don't think he's gonna make the same impact like he was doing on Indiana. And Kyle Kuzma sucks. I'm sorry, he just sucks. I don't know why he's still there. Ship him to Europe. Ship him to the Shanghai Dragons or whatever they're called. Ship him off. Gary Trent's old now. At this point, he's just sitting. I don't even know why he starts. Might as well just play your young players.
I think they should just play AJ Green at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Just play your young players. Get them some reps. Get them some developments. Tank a bit. They have no picks. Remember that. Milwaukee has 0 picks because of Dame Lillard, because of Kyle Kuzma, because of Miles Turner, and all these other guys that they traded for. They have 0 picks until 2031.
Again, I'm not saying they're winning a championship.
Trade him off and get your picks back. Or do something.
Again, I couldn't. If I wanted to, I could have been the same like everyone else and picked the same 5. To be honest, you could convince me that the Pistons, for example, slide into that 5, or another team people are really liking is the Hawks sliding.
Let's do this. Okay, Jaden, you already told us your top 5. Let's give us your top 5 once again, and then we're gonna take turns saying our top 5.
I'll give you the Philly because yes, they're not reliable, but they've been looking well in terms of how they're they're ramping back up. So like Paul George, Joel Embiid, Jared McCain is still dealing with his finger injury, but like the rest of them, VJ Edgecombe looks really good this year, and Tyrese Maxey looks like he's gonna even ball out even more. So if they can keep healthy, I can agree with you.
Okay, well, so as Sen says, okay, just I want to hear a yay or a nay. It's Cavs.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not even a doubt.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
76ers.
Oh, man.
Bucks.
Not a chance.
Okay.
I have Bucks, so I'm gonna say yeah.
I have honorable mentions here. I should have put them too. I have the Atlanta Hawks, and I also
if they stay healthy, they
and I
could be
also have the
close.
Detroit Pistons.
Pistons, I think.
And then, of course, I just had to say honorable mention to the local team, the Raptors, of course. But the Pistons, I think you could argue me the Pistons over the Bucks, and I wouldn't be mad at it just because Jaden Ivey was dealing with such a significant injury. And as long as he stays healthy, there must be improvement from the Pistons.
I get it, but I also think just the Pistons themselves are just doing almost like what the Thunder are doing in terms of building that young core and building up. So like Cade Cunningham is proven now that he's a star. He's an all-star, like an actual superstar. Jalen Duren showing he's a star too at the center position. Very, very fierce, very scary under the rim. Don't have to worry about him. Tobias Harris needs to go. I think his time is up. Jaden Ivey, yeah, you're right. I think he needs to stay healthy. He'll be fine. What we were talking about in terms of standing. So I think not in order. Not in order. I would say Cleveland, New York, Orlando, Detroit. Controversial.
What's your controversial
Could
one?
be Indiana again, depending.
Okay,
I
that's
still think the team is fine the way they are without Halliburton, just because of the fact that, yes, Halliburton was the leader of the team, but he's still going to be there on the sideline. He's still going to be able to cheering them on and everything like that. But I do think that Nembhard is a good replacement. And then behind Nembhard, you got T.J. McConnell,
which
is
he had a phenomenal
playoffs.
Sorry, during the postseason was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Came clutch when the moment was
in the
needed.
finals. Speaking of the team the Pacers played in the finals, I'll move out to the West, and this is my top 5. Thunder, yeah or nay?
Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Hold on.
Rockets, yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Rockets, Thunder, Rockets, yeah.
Nuggets, yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Yes, that's not even a question.
Lakers, yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Timberwolves, yeah or nay?
No. The Timberwolves will do it. Lakers, I don't know.
Okay, Lakers, I said because
Lakers.
You finished 50 and 32 last season, and that wasn't even with a full Luka Doncic or LeBron. Luka Doncic only played 28 games with the Lakers. Now
the season they had
you have a full season now of both Luka Doncic and LeBron James. So now we get to see
and
hopefully
DeAndre Ayton as your center.
So hopefully we'll see how well this team gels.
Did they have any choice? No.
I also have
They had a lot. They had so many choices to make trades.
Well, it didn't work out that way. I also have a shout out
DeAndre Ayton sucks.
I
is not him.
It's all right. They needed somebody at least to fill that center position.
I just want to say one thing. I have the same choices as you two for the most part. But the only thing for the West I have is instead of Lakers, I had Spurs on.
Okay.
You know what? He might be right. He might be onto something.
Because I feel like with Dylan Harper and Wemby going together this season, I think they have a really good foundation. This year, this season, and I think that's why I put them up front there instead of Lakers. Lakers, I have it on 6. So
honestly, okay. So De'Aaron Fox at the 1, Stephon Castle at the 2, Devin Vassell at the 3.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes at the 4 is like, okay, he's getting older. You can rotate.
Don't sleep. He still has that good 3-point strap on. And don't sleep. I'm just saying, you throw him out like he was a scrub. He's not
a scrub.
Continue with the list.
I'm just saying that it's time to apply for your senior citizens discount, young man. I mean, old man. Like you got Jeremy Sochan, which is not bad. I'm not complaining.
No, it's a good squad. That's why I had them as an
And
honorable
Wembanyama.
mention for sure. And Victor.
I think if they can get
Okay,
these
like,
guys,
yeah.
if they can get these guys to work well together, which it looks like it's already happening.
Yeah.
They
preseason is going really good for them.
They can do numbers. And again, same thing with Wembanyama. If you can keep that guy healthy,
Yep, he's gonna be a problem.
that guy
And-
grew 2 inches over the summer.
Exactly.
And
I
he's
know.
what, 23 years old?
and gained 30
75?
pounds apparently. And
Sorry,
he's
what do you call it,
a lot of
7'5"?
pounds. Yeah,
Yep.
insane.
Holy fuck, man.
You just stand there and just like dunk. He can just
Bro.
stand there and dunk.
Like, he,
Okay.
how do you play against a guy like that? Like, besides, like, maybe, like, just whatever, like, using your body, like, how? Like,
Yeah, I
Drop-
mean, the
drop it in the
I know.
basket. Like, you can't stop him.
it's crazy.
So that's why I had Spurs on my 5th and then Lakers on 6th. Before we start getting to the end of this episode, I also want to kind of shout out to WNBA and how good the Aces are doing right now.
Yep.
3 wins in. They need 1 more win to win the championship.
Yep.
And their most exciting player right now currently is...
Aja Wilson.
Aja.
Oh my, shout out.
I'm just gonna read some stats to you guys, and
tell
like,
'em.
just in the postseason games.
Yes, talk to him.
Game winner for 2 of the 3 games.
Yes.
New finals career high 34 points to go with 14 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 blocks.
Yes.
Set the WNBA record for the most total points in a single postseason run with 287 points.
Yes.
And she still has a game to go if they win the 4th one.
AJ Wilson.
The first player in WNBA history to record back-to-back 25 plus points and 10 plus rebounds game in the
Yes.
finals. Who needs
Hello,
Caitlin Clark?
Moto.
This
What's
she's
happening with your phones
no,
today?
she's an absolute
I
beast.
just
Let's
got
move on.
I just got a
Let's-
trade from in my NFL Dynasty League, so
Jesus.
I got a trade going. So it just
Let's-
happened.
let-
It's not a big trade, but it was someone I wanted, and I got rid of some.
And
fodder.
I mean,
man.
I love Caitlin Clark. Like I
Yeah.
started watching WNBA because Caitlin Clark,
Of course.
and I can definitely say that
yeah,
sometimes
can we talk about that just
W-
quickly? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've been talking about this in class too, about the whole, what do you call it? Someone brought it up for that, what do you call it? The
Marketing.
the partner project for marketing.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Nike.
not with Caitlin Clark, but like specifically with
WNBA and the
WNBA
pay.
and the
Oh,
whole
okay, okay.
controversy.
Yeah.
I forget what her name is, the girl's name. I can't think of off the top of my head, but the whole thing talking about the
Nafisa
WNBA.
Collier and the pay between
Yeah,
the
and saying, like,
commissioner.
she's not
Yeah.
happy with how she's getting paid because if she wasn't in the WNBA, she was like as we were talking about this, and our prof said that they should be thinking about the short term instead of the long term, and it's like, okay, I disagree, just because of, yes, at the short term you want to pay off your debt, you want to get off, you're getting $50 million every year from the NBA to keep afloat, but you're making money now. And yes, you want to pay off that debt, because as years and years and years go by, that just collects and collects and collects and like just stacks. But you have breakout stars like AJ Wilson, you have
AJ
Angel
Wilson,
Reese, you have Caitlin Clark, who are just such decorated superstars,
yeah.
and you're putting bums in seats. You're making money off jersey sales. You're making ticket sales. You're getting that hype and generated revenue for your organization, and you're bashing it. Why? Like, why are you doing it though? Like, whether the thing, what do you call it? Whether the accusations or the not accusations, whether what was said was true or not, or taken out of context, it's still the fact of why. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I only started watching the WNBA maybe last season when Caitlin Clark finally joined. But before,
most people,
like a couple players here and there,
Yeah.
Ionescu, like Sabrina Ionescu,
Definitely.
Torosi, what's it called?
AJ Wilson.
AJ
Yeah.
Wilson,
Paige Buckers, Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, we get the point. You knew
You know
a
what I'm
few
saying, like,
names
those
before
players,
then.
You knew them, like Kelsey Plum and all those guys. Like, you know
Yeah.
them, but you didn't watch it. Like, you weren't engaged. You were just like, oh.
Yeah, you weren't tuned in.
Yeah, you saw a news report. Oh, Kelsey Plum dropped 30 points.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, good
But-
for her. You know, that's a star right there. But then now you have Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, who now are
Yeah.
completing that rivalry that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's actually like hype.
Yeah.
And you're getting fans, you're getting people in seats, you're getting the sales. You're like,
Yeah.
so why are you bashing your cash cows? Caitlin Clark is legit your cash cow.
Yeah.
Girls are literally foaming to get seats.
No,
They want to
definitely.
be her. They want to play like her.
Yeah.
They want to do what she's able to do. Like, I need to understand. Again, we don't know, because a lot of people are like, the reports came out about what the commissioner said, but then the commissioners came out, oh no, I didn't say that. My words were taken out of context, and it's been back and forth.
What sometimes it takes a while for you to realize what you have in front of you. I think that's just a general life
deep.
lesson. No, in terms of, again, the players, people always pin two people against each other, especially Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese ever since their college level. I think this quote unquote rivalry, as we're making it out to be at least, between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is in resemblance of Magic versus Larry Bird. I know that could be a very hot take, but I think that's the last time we've seen something of this magnitude, just because this is a rivalry that's transcended from college all the way into the main league,
WNBA.
which is something that we haven't seen in a while. Now, a name that we didn't even mention that's also another highly marketable player in the WNBA, Cameron Brink. She was also in that draft class.
Bukers, Haley
Well,
Von
she was-
Lith, or whatever her
Yeah,
name is.
well,
Like,
Paige
you
would be
have
like
multiple
years after.
streams of revenue
Yeah.
in the WNBA. When Steph Curry started showing off his talent of being the best shooter, that revolutionized the game of basketball. Now it went from being a nitty gritty, trying to drive to the rim and score dunks and baskets. Now everyone's playing the 3-ball. Let's try to find the best 3-point shooter, throw them out there, and just keep shooting threes. Shoot 3-pointers. You can even look this up. 3-point attempts have now gone up exponentially ever since Steph Curry has become a factor in the NBA. So what I'm saying is, like, you had a player come in and revolutionize your game. You had that. Now the WNBA has that with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, AJ Wilson, Cameron Brinks, Haley Von Lith, Paige Bukers. Like, you have players now that are putting up, that are giving that your organization that growth. You're giving that different revenue, not just income, but you're just like, you have people that want to come and watch because they're like, hey, Paige Bucher's my favorite player, or hey, Cameron Brinks is my favorite player. Even what do you call it? The whole thing with when I forget what game that was, where the girl fouled Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham came out of nowhere and was like, yo, don't touch my play. Like, you're making names, you're making household names out of just sheer entertainment. But then you're coming out of nowhere and like, oh, well, if you weren't in the WNBA, you wouldn't be making the same amount of money. So why are you guys complaining about money? It's like, I don't think they want, like, they don't want to get
It's not
paid.
about money. Yeah, it's not about money.
They want they want to have that same, like, equity. Like, you're getting they want the same, they want to share that.
more revenue share. That's what it is.
want.
And I think that's a smart take by them, instead of just being like, okay, I just want more money. They're just saying, we just want a little bit more of the revenue
No
share.
one's saying they want to get paid like LeBron. No one's saying they want to get paid like whatever. They want just, well, the thing is, those players are getting paid because they're getting part of the revenue share. Yes, the NBA is exponentially making that type of money. Excuse me, that they're capable of revenue sharing. The WNBA is not there yet, but you can't shit on your players and then expect them to be like, okay, yeah, you're right, we're just going to shut up now. Like, no, now you're going to have rebellion. That's why you had them when they were wearing the t-shirt saying pay us more or whatever it was. Like, we want more pay. Like, you're causing turmoil in your own league. So I can agree with what you were saying earlier. I wouldn't be shocked if they find a new commissioner.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that turns out. But now, as we start to head to wrap up the episode, I think I'll start it off. We'll go NBA champion, what the finals will be, and what our dark horse is. And we'll have some other stuff after that. I'll start off with my finals. I think it will be Nuggets versus either the Cavs or Knicks. If I was, yeah,
You really counting out OKC?
Is it,
no, wait. Can
is
you
it
hear?
Eastern?
Can you,
Western? Are
I
you
was gonna
doing
say,
the
can you
finals?
really
Finals?
count it?
What are you
yes.
doing?
Can you can we listen me out today?
Okay.
My
I'm
goodness.
listening. I'm just, it's just
let
you got to be more clear, sir. Because I thought you were trying to say that
Okay.
the OKC were like I can see them going back to another finals. I don't know about winning.
Oh my!
Things can happen.
Okay, I think that the conference finals in the West will be Nuggets versus Thunder, right?
I can agree with that.
Right? I think it will go to 7 games. I think the Nuggets will win in that 7 games. And hear me out. I have my Nuggets as my champion as well, and I have my reasoning right here. The last time we saw Nikola Jokic with a significant amount of help, what did he do? He went on, he won an NBA championship. Now he has new additions in Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, and a returning Bruce Brown, which Bruce Brown is an underrated move. Why? Because he already knows the culture of the Denver Nuggets, and I'm sure he'll be able to seamlessly fit into the system. Cam Johnson, good catch and shoot 3-point shooter, so should fit in perfectly with Jokic and his playmaking ability. Tim Hardaway Jr., a bucket getter, and Jonas Valanciunas, a great backup center to take off that pressure, as I said earlier, from Nikola Jokic. So that for me. On the other side, I wasn't too sure with the East. Like, if I was agreeing with my friend, I would go the Knicks. Personally, I might think the Cavs. So I just said Cavs/Knicks because it could really go either way. The Knicks potentially have a better chance just because they're going to be splitting up the minutes more this year. So they'll be less tired come playoff time. And then finally, my last thing, as we're coming to a close soon, my dark horse is the 76ers. Not winning no championship.
Okay, but dark horse in terms of what? Like making the playoffs?
Dark horse in making the second round.
That's a little bit of high expectations, I would say.
Yeah.
But that's
again,
that's the reason why
entitled to their own opinion.
That's
With how
why they're a dark horse.
the East is not stacked. The East, I don't think, even if they make, like, let's say if the 76ers make a play-in or even make like a first round like appearance, like, let's just say you're right. Get 55 good games out of Embiid or something like that, 60 games, healthy, they make playoffs. They just squeak into the 8th seed. They either got to play Cleveland, New York, or Indiana.
Well, there's a reason why I had them in the top 5.
I get dark horse.
But-
I get your reasoning. I just don't think so.
Yeah.
You know who my dark horse
Okay,
I think might be top
see yours.
6?
See yours.
And it might be a little scary just because of what they're going through.
Okay. We want to know.
Say it. Say it.
The Celtics.
I'm waiting them.
Okay.
Derek White as your point guard is gross. He's so good. Offensively, defensively, can do it all. And then you have your backup off the bench, your 6th man, and Peyton Pritchard, who's breaking out. He had a breakout season last year. I think he's going to do the same. Anthony Simons, same thing. He's your 2. I think he's decent. We'll see how he gels. Jaylen Brown, I don't have to say much about Jaylen Brown. Sam Hauser's your power forward, which is a little bit kind of not scary, but I don't know.
They're
We'll
missing
see.
Tatum, aren't they?
And
They're
then,
missing Tatum so
They
bad.
definitely
And
will.
then your backup option, who can also be your center too, Chris Boucher.
Yeah.
Which I think if he can carve a proper role out with Boston, don't be surprised if he's starting 5.
No, I'm not. I absolutely loved him in Toronto. Sad to see him go. And moving on, who do you have in your finals and who do you have as your NBA
So
championship?
my finals, let me look at these standings here. I think the Thunder again are going to do it again. I don't know about winning it all again. I'm like 50-50 about it because, again, like it's tough to be like, yeah, they're going back to back. It's tough going back to back. But that team is just so well-rounded in terms of how they play, chemistry, morale, their coaching, their depth off the bench. Like they have everything they need. Yes, they can maybe add a piece or two, but they have every core piece that they need to make that team, like to make another generational run like
Definitely.
that. In terms of the East, though, see, like
Much more difficult.
last season, I thought Cleveland was going to go all the way with the way that they were playing, especially with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because they played and then Indiana came and just cleaned house. But then again, Indiana had a generational run, which was phenomenal.
Definitely.
Sucks for Tyrese Halliburton to blow his Achilles
Yeah, it's
in the
unfortunate.
finals.
Speed recovery. Hallie.
Hot take, I think they would have went. I think that series would have went to Game 7 if Holly didn't get injured. I think that series would have went to Game 7. I still think OKC would have won.
You mean it would be more competitive?
Oh, it'd be more competitive.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that I think it would have went to 7. It would have went to 7 games. But you don't agree?
No,
you think
I
it
didn't
still goes
that.
in 5 or 6?
It went to an NBA Finals went to 7.
No, it didn't. I swear it went to 6.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it did. That's why I'm like,
They won.
Are you sure?
Yes. Did you not remember?
Yo,
Are you okay? Back to it.
Yeah. Sorry for everyone who's probably thinking, yo, this guy has no idea what he's talking about anymore. Like his takes on basketball are like is invalid.
He lost all
I'm
credibility.
actually like cooked. For some reason, I thought they won in 6. I don't know why I thought they won in 6. But yeah, so they went to 7, so clearly it was still competitive.
Yeah, it would have been a better Game 7. That's what you mean, anyways.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it would have been a more competitive series.
Cal, just before we move on to Zen, so what's your confirmed finals? Is it Magic versus Thunder? Is that your pick? Magic
I
versus
think I'm
Thunder?
gonna go with that, just based off
Okay.
of like how the teams look.
All right.
I don't see like
Okay.
I don't know.
For sure. Well, it's
going to be hard without Halliburton,
yeah.
for sure.
New season, new beginnings. Speaking of new beginnings, what are your predictions and finals? Dark horse champion.
So for East one, because we've been talking about East a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm going to start with that. For East, I think the Eastern Conference Finals going to be between Cowboys and Knicks.
Okay.
Pacers are my third favorites
Okay.
in that one. I don't think 76ers, I know we made all the points, but I don't think 76ers still has that depth going into the season. They're going to make it to like the finals or at least make it to like the playoff runs. They might make it to playoff runs, but finals, I don't think so.
No, I don't think.
My Western
I thought you already shared
Conference.
that.
No, we were waiting on you. We're trying to end like 15 minutes ago. We're waiting on you.
You said the Cavaliers and someone else.
Eastern.
He wasn't done. He didn't even mention the West yet. We're just waiting on you.
Okay, I'm gonna be quick then. For the Western Conference, for my finals, I will go for OKC and Nuggets because those are the. I heard this already. I swear you said this already. Those are the best picks I have, but I also wanna see. For my dark horse, I'm just gonna say Spurs doing good this season. For the final NBA, I really want to see Nuggets win this time. So yeah.
Okay, so we're in agreement
choosing
there.
Nuggets. Yeah, I'm with you, Jaden, on that one.
Yeah, we agreed a lot today.
Did we? Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
guess
we
so.
did. Cal was being the rebellious one as per usual. Yeah, but
But you can just an FYI, he said all this already, but apparently I stopped him from saying this. I heard all this because he said the Spurs, and then we went into the Spurs, and then we went into the Spurs because I was agreeing with you on the Spurs, and I said that the Spurs were actually a dark horse team.
No, you just went outside the earth. That's why we kind of drifted away from that conversation, and then you came back, and then we had to go back to
Came back to earth.
I came back to earth.
But yeah, I
Okey-dokey,
think
folks.
that's it from us. It's been your boy Blue Jay. It's also been your boy Cal, and it's also been Zen. And thank you for tuning in to the Ball Over the Top episode.
Stay tuned for more episodes coming out soon.
Yep, thank you.